Good afternoon. Yes, now welcome everyone to AFTV Live. Obviously, it might be the afternoon where you're watching from, but here in the UK, it's the afternoon. We are, it's about 30 minutes or 20 minutes until there's a game kicking off. I'm just keeping an eye. I'm not focusing on them. I'm focusing on my business with Arsenal. We're going to be discussing a lot of things around Arsenal. We are going to talk about Thomas Frank. The Frank engine, choo-choo blood is now, the train has been departed.
Derailed, smashed through the station, went off the tracks, into the abyss, absolutely totaled. See you later.
If you see my train, pick it up, pick it up. How's it going? If my train falls off the track, pick it up. Pick it up. It's off the track. The Thomas the Tank Frank engine.
Oh, mate.
It's off the track. It is done. So we'll discuss that. We'll discuss how it may affect Arsenal. Do people care? Thomas Frank, obviously, I think is a good manager. He's gone to Tottenham. I think most managers that go to Tottenham go there to die. If I'm being honest, not in a harsh way, but I feel like their careers always seem to just tail off a little piece, shall we say, when they go to Tottenham Hotspur. So we'll discuss that. We'll discuss, like I said, what does it mean for Arsenal when we play them in North London Derby? Obviously, that's the next week's big game. Obviously, we've got a game this weekend against Wigan. Oh, no, we haven't. We've got no. Am I going mad?
Brentford.
We've got Brentford tomorrow.
Brentford, then Wigan on Sunday.
Then Wigan at home, yeah. So we're going. Then the weekend after is the North London Derby, the Tottenham Hotspur at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Let me get my words out. We'll discuss some of the team news as well around. Arteta spoke in the press conference today around tomorrow's game. Some players that might be out, some players that might be in. Obviously, I'm joined by the man himself, Smarty Marty, with the energy and the vibes and the good energy as well in his new swanky studio. Why are your cheeks so red, bro? You look like you've just gone for a run. I was like, what's going on? Or is it the lighting? What's going on?
Do you know what? One, I ain't sorted yet. Thank you for having me and subbing me in for Curtis. Most appreciated. So I got out of the gym not so long ago, and I got back into this new studio, and obviously I've soundproofed it and done everything, but I haven't sorted the aircon out yet, which obviously I need to sort out for summer and obviously for winter, because sometimes it's been freezing cold, and at the moment it's boiling hot, and I've just got back from the gym, so that is why I'm a little.
Are you getting heat? Or you getting heat and put in there? Aircon's quite bougie. I got aircon.
Mate, listen. Listen, it ain't the biggest of studios, but I needed to do it. I needed the upgrade. I've got the lighting, and I've got a little. There's going to be a neon cannon, a red one going in there, and I've got a few other little bits going in. I've got this new chair sorted. To be honest, it ain't the best. So I'm probably going to have to change it, but I've got the lighting sorted and stripped it all out. I had it. I moved into it. And I did it, and I just wasn't happy with it. It wasn't right. So, it needs to be just right. But we're getting there, mate. We're getting there.
I'll say it's looking good.
Thank you, mate.
Got to level up. I like everyone's leveling up. Now people will see that I'm not in my normal. I haven't got a studio, but I'm not in my studio. I'm in my living room. People would recognize this from when I did the
along with Robbie.
Yeah, so I was in the living room and watching it because. Well, I thought my TV was fast downstairs, so I've got Sky. I've got official Sky. I haven't got no illegal broadcasters. I haven't got no nothing. I'm all by the book. But it's a bit
mate, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. I pay 150 quid a month for my Sky with all the sports packages.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I've got a little bit of a hookup, I can't lie. But it's all above ground. It's all above ground, yeah. It's all legal. But obviously,
it's got to be, innit? It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be in the space. So we can obviously keep an eye on certain things. But let's talk then. Let's go. Obviously, tomorrow's a big game against Brentford.
Let's talk about Tottenham.
You want to start with the meat? You want to get straight in there. You want to start straight in the main course. All right, let's do the main course then. Before we do that, Mohammed, big up Mohammed. Saw you in a nightclub in LA. I mean, I travel. Man's well versed. You know what I mean? You might see me.
You're everywhere, Cecil.
You might see me in a few different countries. We like travel. You got Mohammed, man. And I like a little party. Anyway, let's do the real business. Let's talk about Tottenham and talk about Thomas Frank leaving. But before I go into that, let me just read a statement. So one of the sources told the Telegraph Sport, Thomas Frank was constantly going on to the players about Arsenal. Even before and after the game at the Emirates, he was telling them how good Arsenal were. The feeling among some was very much to shut up about Arsenal. Matt Law from the Daily Telegraph. So that has been going around today in the news. Obviously, the main news broke this morning. Thomas Frank has been sacked from Tottenham Hotspur. So he's not the manager. They'll also be looking for a new manager. I think he'll be taking his backroom staff as well. Some of them were also Arsenal fans as well. All came through the Arsenal setup. Obviously, Vinay's there, ex-Arsenal as well. So the Tottenham fans are in a bit of disarray, shall we say. They're a bit frustrated, obviously. Of course, the situation they're in, all glory to Arsenal. We love it. They are currently sitting, as we speak right now, I believe, in 16th. But 3 points behind Nottingham Forest, who are in 17th.
Yeah.
3 points in front of them actually is the correct way to say it. But obviously, West Ham got a draw, so they got 24 points. So they're only 5
points
off Tottenham Hotspur, which means Tottenham Hotspur is 5 points off the drop zone. Now, I don't know where you guys stand watching this and listening. Are you fans that don't care about Tottenham? They've always been in our shadow. Obviously, there'll be times where they finished above us but not won anything of significance and things like that. You might be thinking, like Thierry said, I never lost to Tottenham Hotspur. Not really a rival because we never really saw them as because they never really affected us. However, the years go past. Obviously, North London rivals, their close proximity to us and whatnot. You might be looking at it by thinking this could be the season where they get relegated. And maybe this even the sacking of the manager. Some would say you might get a manager bounce. Some might say it could go even worse. If they get an interim that's not good, they could fall even deeper. And Arsenal obviously on course to winning the league. Now there could be some hiccups on the way as well. But this could be a mad season where, I mean, I haven't processed Arsenal winning the league and Tottenham Hotspur going down. But Marty, I'm going to swing it over to you and just give me your thoughts. You saw Thomas Frank being sacked this morning. Were you happy? Did you think is a positive for Arsenal, the fact that this could make them be more derailed? Or do you say, oh, do you know what? They could get a new manager. They could kick on and maybe climb back up the league. Where are you at? Let's go.
Well, it depends who they get as the next manager. If I'm honest with you, do you know what? There's something about Thomas Frank I like. In the way that I just think he's a good character. Would I like him as manager of Arsenal Football Club? No, I wouldn't. We all know he's a silver member. We all know, that the talking about Arsenal getting caught with an Arsenal cup. I mean, that is, imagine Mikel Arteta getting caught with an Arsenal cup. Tottenham cup. Yeah. Like that would just be absolute suicide as an Arsenal manager. And I think after that, the writing was on the wall. After obviously they played us and got absolutely smashed at the Emirates, that was, that then really told sort of Tottenham fans where it was at. But also at the same time with Ange Postecoglou, they were in a very similar situation last year. Obviously, they won the Europa League, but their league form was absolutely terrible. And if the league was another 5 games, they probably would have got relegated. And that's the situation with it. The football they're playing. I mean, I watched that game last night, the Newcastle game, and I remember when Tottenham equalised, and I was like, there was the offside goal. And then Newcastle literally 3 minutes later go down the other end, stick it in the back of the net and see the game out. And I think, look, is it a Tottenham Hotspur problem? Will a manager solve it? I've heard a lot of Tottenham fans, they're talking about getting Harry Redknapp in as interim. Listen, I really like Harry Redknapp. The thing that with Tottenham, where they've gone wrong is I think if they'd have done this before the transfer window, they could have bought some players in. But now you're bringing in a manager that's basically got to work with what he's got in a very short space of time. They've got Champions League football. You've got a manager that's basically got to systemize them pretty quickly and get the processes in place and get the team playing correctly. But also they've got a threadbare squad. You've got Romero, who's banned for the next 3 games. Which he is I don't rate him personally, but he's the captain of their club. They're threadbare, and look, I think it's a very tough ask. Harry Redknapp maybe 10 years ago, 50, but I think if you get him in, he'll probably relegate them. You need to get, I think, a full-time appointment. I've heard of De Zerbi. I think he's a top manager. Or Pochettino, but listen, you've got limited time to work with what you've got, and you've got to look at Nottingham Forest and West Ham and Leeds. I mean, look, they pulled that back against Chelsea fantastically last night, and they are, before we played Leeds, I remember saying, listen, this is a tough team. They can on their day pull it together, and they went there, they got a draw. Listen, Chelsea should have finished it in the last minute with Cole Palmer, puts it completely over the bar. And look, it's for Tottenham, it's a very, very tough situation because, also you've got to think this stadium, you're playing in the Championship next year and that's 20,000, you've got 20,000 fans in there. We've all, experienced that. I remember at the Emirates under Emery when we had 25,000 in there on the cold Thursday nights in the Europa League, and it feels like it's empty. A big stadium like that is when there's empty seats. And getting out the Championship as well. Do you know what? I love the North London derby. I really do. It's a game I wouldn't want to miss. I'd love Tottenham to go down this season, just for one season. And obviously, if we win the Premier League, what a great, imagine we won the Premier League, the Champions League, and then Tottenham get relegated. That would just be the perfect season. And also,
has it ever happened, Marty? Sorry, has a team ever won the league and their rivals go down?
I don't know.
That is, you know what? Listen, ChatGPT is a real thing here. So let me just go on. You carry on. But
also the thing with it is, this is the Europa League champions that are facing a relegation battle, which is absolutely insane. And the one thing I was thinking about earlier, and I know people probably say, "Oh, this Arteta sexual," and listen. I'm neither Arteta in, out. I don't believe in all of that. I back the manager right now. What I will say. Okay, with this manager merry-go-round that a lot of teams face, I mean, look at, Manchester United, you look at Chelsea, I mean, Liverpool to an extent, but Liverpool have won stuff. This managerial merry-go-round, Tottenham have certainly had it. They had, Postecoglou in, and now obviously getting Thomas Frank in, who was their saviour. He was the Messiah. He was going to save them all and kick on their season. Now they're facing relegation. And the one thing, and listen, Arsenal and Arteta needs to stick it over the line. He needs to win things. And from the position we're in, if we don't win probably 1 or 2 trophies, it will be criminal because of the position we're in and the squad we've got. But the stability of our football club is safe. Under Mikel Arteta and the structure that we've got, even finishing second, you ask a Tottenham fan, which they think they're one of the big 6 clubs, whether they'd take finishing second three seasons in a row. And I know people say, well, that's Tottenham, and Tottenham are Tottenham. I get that. But there is something to be said in that, in the way that what we're building and how we're building it.
No, it's definitely something to highlight. And I think you're right. I think Tottenham fans would definitely trade positions right now if they, I know it's not winning actual silverware, but you're right in what you say there. Like, We've been consistent. I know it's second, but there's a lot of progress in that. And obviously, right now we're in pole position for many things. Whether that's Champions League, it's going to be a tough task. But obviously, top in that group, or top in that league phase, top in the Premier League currently, in the final of the Carabao Cup, in still the 5th or 4th round of the FA Cup. Just quickly, I asked ChatGPT, guys, I've been so against this whole AI stuff. Sorry, I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but I just not that I feared it. I just thought, I don't know. I don't want to get on board, but I tell you what, this stuff's quality. So I typed in, obviously, as a Premier League team won the league and their rivals be relegated. So it says 2000-2001 champions were Manchester United. Man City got relegated 18th that year. That's mad. And then it goes 1995-1996 champions again. Man United won again that year, and Man City relegated again. Champions of 2014 and 15 was Chelsea. QPR got relegated, but QPR I wouldn't really. And then
London.
I suppose Chelsea as well won in 04-05. Yeah, 04-05. And then relegated. Chris Paz got relegated. I suppose London. There is some examples of it though. I mean, I don't know. It's a good little fact though. I can't even lie. The Man United Man City is obviously the clear one, but that would be mad. I can't even lie to see. They obviously didn't make a big deal of it, but we would make a big deal of it if Arsenal won the league and Tottenham got relegated. I think it'll be absolute scenes. It'll be absolute incredible scenes. I also want to mention as well that I know they're looking at Poch. I've worked with Poch quite a bit recently, obviously with CONCACAF and being in the US.
Oh,
yeah. I'm just.
You don't mess around, do you, mate?
It's a little
Hollywood, man.
But no. But I will say though, he hasn't been doing good for the US. Like, big him up, really nice guy. But his record, he got knocked out. He actually broke a record for being knocked out. In a competition they've always won. So the CONCACAF, I think, Nations League, they were the champions since the inaugural start of it. They haven't lost it. They've always been the nation that's won it, and he was the manager that lost it for them. So that is. I mean, it hasn't been great, and that's one example. There's been many examples where he hasn't been great, but obviously he's going to do the World Cup, and then he will move on to potentially move on. They probably will move him on to maybe return back to Spurs. But does it worry you? Before I bring in the guests, does it worry you that manager bounce in the North London derby? Or are you confident regardless? Because my thing is, obviously, the title says why Tottenham's new manager bounce won't save them from Arsenal. Because I think there's actually more factors to it. I think always people say form goes out the window when you have a derby or a rivalry. But I just think that's it's not nonsense. But you can't ignore the fact that Arsenal are very, very good at the moment. You can't ignore the fact that they're They're top of the Premier League. You can't ignore the fact that Romero is going to be out for that game. You can't. There's little things that you can't really ignore the fact. And I think Arsenal have played. Arteta's played new managers at Tottenham almost every season. I don't know. There's definitely some truth behind that, because I remember when Ange came and there was some big thing about it, but Arteta beat him then, and I think there's been other managers as well. Arteta just brushed them aside. So I don't see them having a new manager as a fear or worry for me. I don't know how you feel, Marty. Do you agree with that, or is it?
No, do you know what? Listen, I believe in this Arsenal squad and the club as a whole, that we can get the job done this season on a variety of competitions. I think, just sort of going back to the Tottenham situation, I remember years ago when, you're talking about Pochettino, and it takes me back. So I remember when Tottenham Hotspur, Daniel Levy, they got rid of Pochettino after getting them to a Champions League final, which is something they'd never done under this, current format. And they narrowly lost it to Liverpool. I mean, it could have gone either way. And they got rid of him, and their exact wording was, well, not exact, but their wording was similar to, we got rid of him because we want to, move forward, basically, and we need to find the right person to move us forward. And at that time when they did that, I thought, to move you forward, and who do you think you're going to get in front of? Not to just talk trash on Tottenham, but you've got the likes of obviously Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, etc. Do you really think, as Tottenham Hotspur, you're going to compete? They got rid of him, and then they had this manager, they had Mourinho, etc. We know the managers they had, and never really hit the same heights. And so for me, bringing him in, he's a Tottenham guy, Pochettino rather. Sorry, he went to Chelsea, didn't work out because he's a Tottenham guy. And that when I saw Pochettino's Tottenham, that was the only time in my existence of 40 years of watching football I've watched the Tottenham side and thought, one, they're better than us, and two, they're dangerous, and three, they could, if they build from here with that guy, they could go and win the Premier League. They could go and win the Champions League. They're a whisker away from winning the Champions League, and obviously I wanted Liverpool to win that. So I think, would he be a good fit? Is his time done? Going back, would that work? Who knows? De Zerbi, I think, great. Personally, like I said, I'd love him to get it wrong. Spent they going to the Championship. That would be nothing more than I'd love seeing. They kind of deserve it. They've got everything right. They've got the NFL. They've got the concerts. They've got the stadium. They've got all that. But they haven't got the football right. And that's what you need to get first and foremost. And this new stadium bounce, which a lot of teams are finding. Yeah, moving into a new stadium is all well and good. It ain't that easy, mate. It's only, I think, in the last 3 years where the Emirates, for me, has felt like home, and I missed Highbury. Yeah. I still miss it, but I don't, every game I go to, I don't think, oh man, if only we had extended Highbury. For years, up until literally 3 seasons ago, I genuinely, every time I went, I missed it. And I was like, oh, I wish we'd just extend it. Now, the last 3 seasons, I don't feel that.
It's actually a great point, because coming into the Emirates was tough, because we had to sell a lot of our players, and we had to repay back in a lot of debt. We look at West Ham moving to London Stadium, obviously a bigger stadium and whatnot, but they struggled. I mean, they think it's a shell. They don't think it's home. There's been many examples of teams going into a bigger stadium. Tottenham, for instance, is another actually, instead of White Hart Lane.
Look at Sunderland, Leicester, Southampton. Yeah, they've all done it. And look where they're at now. I mean, Leicester are now looking to go into League One. These are all Premier League teams that have been in the Premier League, and now they're looking at League One football. Like we see it with Leeds years ago. They were dominant in the Champions League, and they went down into, some of these teams nearly go out of existence. It's Bolton. It's another team. Look at they were a Premier League staple. Now they got the Reebok Stadium. Bang! Look where they're at now.
Before I get and bring in the guest, just tell me, do you really believe Tottenham could go down, or do you think nah? Because when people I joked about it last week with people, that I was like, I always said it ain't gonna happen. You lot aren't gonna get relegated. Now I'm like, oh, there is a possibility. I mean, what percentage are you? Let's do that. People in the chat as well. People watching.
Do you know what? Listen. I understand. Listen, Tottenham are a team that have been relegated before, right? So it's not like it can't happen. We've seen teams. We see Leicester win the Premier League, and we see them get relegated. 10 years later, they're where they're at now. Like I said, do I see that? Listen, last year they missed it by a whisker. This season, they haven't. They've brought in a few players, but they haven't really changed anything. They've changed the manager, and they've brought in some players. But back at, again, they've got the most expensive season ticket price and ticket prices in the Premier League, and they pay not the lowest wages, but they don't pay the wages. So it's London. You'd think they'd be able to attract players. They can't seem to do that. They're in a dogfight. West Ham listen, West Ham bought well in the transfer window. That Traore last night, he looked an absolute handful. And he looked a handful against Chelsea as well. They bought well. And can I see West Ham getting out of it? Do you know what? I actually can. And Nottingham Forest. And listen, Tottenham are definitely dragged into it. I think for me, it's 50-50. I'd love to see it. Like I say, I really would. The form that they're giving, the players they've got available says to me, anything like that can happen. And I think it will be a bit of a shock, a bit of an upset. But look, I'll be honest with you. Maybe I might even sacrifice a trophy for it. One of them. No, maybe the Carabao Cup. No, I'll take the Premier League. No, listen, I'm not. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm focused on Arsenal. Listen, I say that with Jess.
We're gonna have some tough conversations.
I'm focused on Arsenal. Ultimately, I want Arsenal to succeed, and Tottenham don't really matter. But it's just it's a great stick to beat Tottenham fans with, and with the North London derby, we know how Tottenham fans can be, and it's just having that on your CV, like the relegation. You look at Tottenham, also look at Tottenham's CV as well. You go to Tottenham's honours list, yeah. I'll quickly go on to it, right? Tottenham Hotspurs, their honours list, right? What they put out, and this is how shameful it. One, in that Manchester City game, there were Tottenham fans that wanted Tottenham to lose against Man City to stop us winning the title. Right. That is absolutely shame. That is shameless. And that is absolutely, I think, disgusting, if I'm honest with you. So they kind of half deserve that for that idea and that that thought process. But they have in their honours, right? They put they've got the Sheriff of London charity, they put down the what was it, the Audi Cup they have, and all of that. They put all this stuff down in their honours, which is just absolutely shameful. Do you know what? Obviously, listen, I hate Tottenham with a disdain, but everything that's unfolding now, it makes you pleased to be an Arsenal fan.
Amen to that. Now, let me just quickly, before I bring the guests, I'll say Arteta, because I said about the new manager bounce as how many managers Arteta beaten. He's beaten Jose Mourinho a few times when he was in charge of Tottenham. Antonio Conte, I remember that. Ange Postecoglou actually done many doubles on Ange Postecoglou when he was at, I think he actually didn't lose to Ange actually when he was at Tottenham. And then Thomas Frank, obviously the 4-1 win that was in November as well. So Arteta's got a good record at home and away and against these new managers at Tottenham. So I'm not fearing them too much. You can see Stricto in the chat who put 98.6% that Tottenham will go down. And that's how he's feeling right now. And talking of the man himself, Stricto Strict in the middle.
Yes.
Stricto Strict in the
middle.
Yo.
Yes.
Whoa.
Right, boys.
What's going on, Stricto? I know you like to be loud when it comes to trolling and whatnot. Tottenham obviously have just lost their manager. Listen, I know that might be tongue in cheek. 98.
No.
Well, you think they're going to go down, or they could go down?
Last season, they were lucky they had 3 worse teams. Yeah, I think now they only got to deal with 2 worse teams. West Ham are on the up. West Ham are literally fighting, and they're putting up a good fight. Now we're playing West Ham, I think, 3rd to last game of the season. Yeah. And by the grace of God, inshallah, Arsenal would have wrapped up the league by then. We can afford to have give West Ham free.
Wait. Let's do. So what? Are you saying if we wrap up the league, we should throw some games to get what you?
Bro, let's not forget the season when we played when they played Man City. Yeah, let's not forget how
I remember
they were willing. They were willing to lose to Man City.
Yeah.
To keep us away from the title.
Let me check that.
We play West Ham third game before the end of the season. So it's West Ham. I think there's one other game in between, and then there's Crystal Palace
game of the season. Yeah, and then sorry, people, stay with me because we play West Ham at their place. Yeah, on the 9th of May. Burnley at home,
and then Palace.
I can't think like this.
Let's do that. Since they want to play their games, let's play our games. Let's run our games, yeah? Let's see who can really do this, yeah? I would start, not even Kepa. What's the young keeper after that?
Stepford.
Stepford.
Yeah.
I'll start him. And big up Stepford because I'm not saying he's not capable. I'll start him. I'll start up front. I'll put Norgard up front. I'll just go done with it.
Stricto at the back.
Get Marty.
Stick Marino on crutches. Marino in crutches at right back.
This is a mad way of thinking. I didn't even consider that. We could. No, it's
a win-win, bro. There is no Arsenal fan that would be against that. It's a win-win. It's third to last game of the season. Hopefully, I'm only saying this, of course, if we've wrapped up the league.
Yeah, of course.
Wrapped up the league, which I feel, if I'm being honest,
that actually could be possible.
I can't be possible.
Wait, this is a madness.
So Tottenham fans ain't thought about this yet, but we ain't forgotten last season. Was it last season or the season before?
Season before.
Season before.
Yeah.
We ain't forgotten 24-25 season, bro. Or was it 23-24?
Yeah,
we ain't forgotten. And this is the perfect chance. Hell, I'll put one own goal. We've been having own goals go for us. I have one against us if we got to. Do you get what I'm saying? Bring back Rob Holt. Bring back Mustafi. Bring back Mustafi, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Kolasinac. Bring them guys back, bro. Bring back Yaya Sanogo for one night only. One night only.
Pascal Segan, oh mate.
Oh my days.
Oleg Luzny, stick him in goal.
I'll be real, Stricto, you've given me a mad question now going forward. I am using this. If we have wrapped up the league, would you be okay with Arsenal throwing the West Ham game?
Oh, yeah.
See Tottenham go down.
Yeah.
That could be that. Oh, that is a madness. And West Ham stay up as well. Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, there's 5 points. Do you know? That is thank you for bringing that to the table. I mean,
you know what? Yeah, generally, I hate London teams getting relegated. Not because of I got love for London teams. It's because of the travel.
Yeah,
the traveling aspects. Like the more London teams, the better for me. Yeah, but I would sacrifice Tottenham all day. I would sacrifice Tottenham, for Celtic. If it means we have to go to Scotland to watch Arsenal play, bro, I will sacrifice. And the joke is, I don't even hate Tottenham like that. I'll be honest with you. Like, United are my arch nemesis, but I can't forget that season where all their fans were literally praying that their team would lose. I could not forget that. And now, here's our time to do something.
I think that is a fascinating potential outcome. Obviously, they're 5 points right now behind from that drop zone. And I mean, by the time that game comes around, things could be really different. Obviously, they could have a new manager, they could be getting a bit of form, but I don't know. I think the manager bounce thing might be a bit tricky for them. I think the club's a little bit in disarray. I don't think Thomas Frank was a bad coach. I mean, the results say he's a bad coach. I wouldn't say he's a bad coach because I've seen him in the past at Brentford and whatnot. So I think whoever goes in there might have a bit of a tough job to get them back firing. But if they're in that position where we could throw a game to make them go down, I know Arteta and that will be. There's no way he'll have that. But I think there could be a lot of pressure from fans saying, "Yo, do it," especially if the league's won. Like that could be I mean, that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. Anyway, that would be mad.
It's the best of best scenario, bro. We go on to win the league and they get relegated, bro. It's no Tottenham fan can ever chat, bro. Imagine watching Expressions covering Tottenham versus Barnsley versus Port Vale. Imagine. You know that way there, fam. You know that way.
The Millwall London derby.
Millwall London. There could be Tottenham versus Watford.
All them kind of games. You get me? Like that gonna sweep me still. That goes
that
City
would
still.
be.
But we got to start by obviously beating them after Brentford and that.
Are you worried about that game? I mean, people say form goes out the window. It's a derby. I know it's next weekend, but are you worried about that shit? So now that if Thomas Frank was in charge, would you be more confident? Or are you actually more confident now that they've sacked their manager?
Nah, I don't think it makes a difference. I think ultimately Tottenham fans are very, very giddy right now.
Yeah.
So irrespective of a new manager bounce or a new manager, one little thing and their fans have had enough. Let's get it right. This isn't the first time they found themselves in this position. This was the same last season. Do you get what I'm saying? So any little bit of anything that isn't going their way, they turn on their players. And if we go up there, just let's say, for instance, we score the first goal, and we know, other than the United game, usually when Arsenal score the first goal, we tend to win. If we go over there and do that, the fans will turn on the players. So it won't matter what manager they have or what tactics or what players that are playing that day. It's just going to be the fans seeing the same old Tottenham against an Arsenal team that are on their way to win the title. So that will just turn the tide. I don't think it's about form. I just think it's more about their fans more than it is anything else. Their fans are quick to turn on them. Quick. So we've just got to go there and give their fans something to turn on. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how I see it, to be honest.
I understand, like I mentioned as well. Of course, there's obviously injury. Well, not injury, well, suspensions, Romero and that. So some of their caps wanted to be there. Got a lot of injuries as well. So I'm going with confidence to that game. I'll be honest. I'm definitely going with confidence to that game. Obviously, this live will close at around 8 p.m. But we're going to move on because I saw someone say, let's keep that negative energy away. Let's focus on ourselves. They stumble out themselves. So let's talk about us because we got Brentford coming up tomorrow. And I'm just going to discuss. Some team news update from Simon Collins. Obviously, Arteta did his press conference today. Not major notes to throw at you all, but he says that he has to wait and see if Odegaard, Saka, Trossard are fit to face Brentford. Trossard, was he? Did he come? Did he get injured? I didn't even.
Yeah, I saw something about an injury.
I didn't know he got put on the injury bench as well. But he's on the okay. So Trossard's there now. Saka obviously would hopefully returning. They're saying for the North London derby. So that's what I got told when he first got injured. So I don't know if this could be too soon for him. Obviously Odegaard as well still out. Medical meeting to take place later today. So we'll find out that probably. Well, the game's tomorrow, but probably tomorrow morning, maybe potentially if there's been any update on that. Let's do it. Brentford, Marty coming in away at Brentford, who are currently on form. Yeah, Igor Thiago, absolutely flying, second top goal scorer in the league right now. Someone who Arsenal could be a bit fearful of because I think he's got quite a lot to his game. Obviously, there's a preview out on the channel. There's a half box. But your thoughts on this Brentford game? Every game is a big game, but where do you stand? Just give me your initial thoughts and feelings around it, and we'll kind of dissect it as we go before we close off, and I'll get your thoughts as well straight to after.
Do you know what? Listen, the players we've got available and the options we've got. Look, I understand it's an away game. It's in London. Brentford, at home have been, okay. They're 7th in the league, I believe. They've had some good results, but it shouldn't realistically be a problem. If you're going to drop points in games like this, you're showing your credentials as title challengers or Premier League potential Premier League champions. This isn't a game that you'd one expect to lose. This was a game I remember on Friday night when Brentford had just come up from the Championship where we lost, I think 2-0 was it? And that was not a good Arsenal team. This is a very, very good Arsenal team. It's a very strong Arsenal team. And we played on Saturday. They've had enough rest to go tomorrow night and get the job done. Listen, if you want to bring Premier Leagues, these are the games where you need to go and get 3 points, realistically. Regardless of what Man City do tonight, that is, obviously if they drop points and then it would afford us to, but you can't look at it like that. You've got to go and get the job done. And it's as simple as that. Especially at this end of the season, it's points like this. You need to get on the board to get yourself in front so that when some of the tougher games, the Champions League starts up again, the FA Cup games are coming in. That's when you need to afford yourself these games to get it right. So look, albeit I understand it, it's a challenging game. You know, there's no easy game in the Premier League, but I do expect us to win this. I really do. I do not expect us to drop points. I don't expect us to draw. I expect us to go and probably beat them 3-1, 2-0. You know, however we do it. I don't want a champagne football performance. I'd love it. I really would, but this is just about getting the job done. Now, however Mikel Arteta sets them up to get that job done, do it. Just get it done, get the points. We roll on to Wigan on Sunday, make the changes, completely switch out the side, because at home against Wigan, I mean, look, you're afforded a bit of a rest. Then we've got a midweek game against Wolves. We've got to go to Molineux next week, and we've got to get 3 points again. Again, whether it's away at Wolves, not to go too far ahead, these are teams that we should be beating.
Fair. Brentford are a good side. Straight to before I come to you, question that's been spinning a few people. I put it on Twitter. Would you take a Premier League trophy right now if you could cash out? Season done. Stop it. Take the Premier League trophy now, or let it all play out. Where are you, both of you? Question for both of you, and why? Would you take a Premier League trophy now, 6 points gap, cash out, guaranteed, no other trophy? Or just let the season play out?
Nah, let the season play out.
Right.
And I'll tell you why. You look at this team, you look at this squad, you look at the manager, you look at the energy currently surrounding the club, you look at you, and you look at Marty, you look at me. We deserve everything.
Facts.
We deserve everything. We deserve the best. Look at the chat. We deserve everything that this club can give us, and I think it's more than just one trophy. Bro, I look at the team. I see David Raya, I see Timber, I see Big Gabby, Saliba, Calafiori, Havertz, Zubimendi, Rice, Madueke, Saka, Jesus, Trossard. Brother, this team can win it all. Can win it all, and I'm not saying they will, but they can win it all. Like this team, the manager, like. You see them now. You look at
win it all. You're saying, whoa. What?
Every competition we're in, we are capable of winning it all. Now, whether or not we win it all, that's a different topic. But the names I've just given you are players who are hungry. I heard Saliba talking about last season we played well, but I didn't have anything in my pocket.
Yeah, to show for
nothing. Like now we are. Like, I feel like the past. The pain that we suffered in the past. Finishing second. That is actually gonna do us some good this season. Like, it means we can manage ourselves emotionally. Our scars are still there to remind us if you fuck up how quick things can go left. Do you get what I'm saying? I look at this team. We can definitely win more than one trophy. 100%. We're talking about Brentford, for instance, right?
Yeah,
Igor Thiago, solid guy.
Good player.
But guess what? Guess who we've got at the back? Big fucking Gabby.
Yeah.
Not Mustafi, not Senderos, big fucking the BFG. You get what I'm saying?
He ain't a friendly giant though. Right, you got oh my wow,
you all in love. I know you will. I know it's the king of Brazil. My center heart, don't give you hell. My wall at the back is Gabriel. Ole. Hey,
you got
okay, that's a nice little verse.
Don't get me started. Like I feel so confident when I look at this team, and I feel so confident in their hunger, in their desire.
Is he your favorite player? Sorry, this season.
He's my favorite player.
Facts. Okay, fair. I did not.
He's been my favorite player. But let me tell you something. Yeah, in the past, and what I love seeing now from the Arsenal boys. In the past, if you ask them about a title challenge, if you ask them if we're competing, they will say, "Yeah, we're just trying to take it one game at a time." These players now are actually confessing. Yeah, we're in a title race. I've heard Madueke say it. I've heard Saka say it. I've heard Odegaard. I've heard Saliba. I've heard Gabriel say it. All these players are saying, "Yeah, we want to win the league." Not one of them is shying away from what they want to win. Now, you think about when Madueke was at Chelsea and they asked him, "Oh, Chelsea in a title race?" What title race? He said. The standard is so high, and all of them are on it now, and they're actually saying it every interview. Yes, we want to win the league. they're not worried about how they might look. They're not worried about, it falls on their face and egg on their face and all of that. They're actually professing it. So yeah, I know I went long-winded with that question, but yeah, I think we can win it all. I really think we can win it all. We can, or at least win more than one.
I wanted that. I wanted an answer like that. Marty, for you, take a Premier League trophy now, cash out, season done, or let it all play out.
Do you know what? Pretty similar to Strict though, and without sort of repeating too much of what you said. Listen, I'm not a cash out guy anyway. I like to see it to the end. I believe in this Arsenal squad and this Arsenal football club right here, right now, that much. Now, obviously, I've only kind of been in this space for a few years, but I suppose probably sort of 6 months. So what I think people confuse me with maybe is they see me now being positive and I'm this, positive toxic positivity and this, and this top gooner and all this rubbish and, you even when they lose, all this rubbish. But if you'd have actually seen me seasons ago and how I reacted, listen, I know how to spot a good football team from a bad football team. Like, I look at Tottenham now, it's an absolute shambles.
Yeah.
Chelsea, they're a centre-half and a decent top quality, like David Raya kind of goalkeeper, away from being a proper legitimate top side. With Manchester United, all Carrick's done is he's played Luke Shaw at left back, he's played 4 at the back, a 4-2, 4-2-3-1. It's pretty straightforward stuff, okay? This Arsenal team, this squad that I see now, the reason why I'm so positive and I wouldn't cash out is because I've watched Arsenal over years. Like, I remember even in 88, 89, we were I think 5-6 points clear at one point. Then in 5 games we basically threw the title away. We drew to Wimbledon 2-2, Derby we lost to, we were nailed on, and then we had to take it to the end. 1990, 91, we got docked 2 points. It was at the end when we sort of pulled away. In the 98-99 season, I remember losing 4-1 to Charlton at home. There's all these twists and turns. I remember when we lost to Blackburn at Christmas time, 3-1, and everyone went absolutely mad. So these title races have twists and turns. But what I see, what's going on at this football club right here, right now, I won't cash out. I do believe this is a double winning side. And listen, we've played the best. We've beaten the best, and that's a fact. When Bayern Munich came here, and they've won basically every single game, apart from, I think, drawn 1 game, and we took them apart like my 6-year-old son would take apart Lego. Like, they got dismantled. It was as simple as that. I've seen us do it to Atletico Madrid, for Aston Villa. I remember when Aston Villa come to the Emirates, and it was like, this is going to 0-0. It was like, a lot of fans, and then we blitzed them in 28 minutes. I've seen us do this to teams. We can mix it up. You're not going to win every game, and it's not always going to be pretty. It's sometimes going to be a bit ugly. And when it is ugly, we mix it up. And listen, the draw against Liverpool, the draw against Nottingham Forest. Listen, that Nottingham Forest game, Martinelli, he has an open goal. He sticks that in. And I don't know in what planet that's not handball. So listen, you get refereeing decisions. We should have won that game. It is what it is, not to play too much. But what I'm seeing with this side, what I'm seeing on the pitch, there is not. Okay, I'll finish it on this. This is how I'll wrap it up. Okay, so in years gone by, I've watched Arsenal and I've been like, do you know what? I'd love to play that side. I'd love to play against, Tottenham or Palace because we're going to smash them. But then there's been these teams like your Real Madrids or your Bayern Munichs or your Manchester Cities that I've been like, I don't fancy that game. Right here, right now, there ain't a team on this planet that I don't fancy Arsenal against. That's all it is. I fancy Arsenal in every single game I'm watching them play.
I hear that, and I hear that loud because that's what Arteta's done. To be fair to him, he's made this team, this squad, what it is, and gives us hope. Listen, sometimes the football's not the greatest, and we're not thoroughly entertained all the time. But as long as we're winning games, which is what he's doing, I don't really care. The initial emotions when I'm at the game might be different, but then after I wake up the next day and I look at the table and I say, fair play, Arteta. You know what? You're getting us here. Every step is getting closer to what we all want and what we all think we all deserve is silverware. This club deserves to see it. It's been way too long for any silverware. Obviously 2020, the FA Cup, that still feels so long ago compared to some other teams. Some of even the lesser teams winning their first trophies in the time where we haven't won anything. Yes, we've been up there, but this team have put in the yards to say, no, this could be something. This could be a special season. I'm hoping it is a special season. Now, we'll briefly before we get to the 8 o'clock mark, or around that, talk about Brentford. Stricter, I know Marty gave his thoughts around Brentford. Stricter, your thoughts around the Brentford game tomorrow, but also who needs a big game for you? Like who needs to prove to you something? Because there's quite a few in my list, but who's number one in your list that needs to prove to you something? And what do you think of Brentford tomorrow? Are you confident?
Well, in answer to your question, I don't think our defense need to prove anything. They've kept how many clean sheets this season and haven't conceded in the last 2 games. Our midfield, we look at Rice, he's been excellent. Zubimendi, excellent. It's maybe that third member who maybe like an Odegaard or Eze.
Yep.
And then possibly the attacking. I don't think Trossard has really got anything to prove. I think when the league is done this season and it's wrapped up and it's Arsenal's, his impact will not go unrecognized. So I think he's done a lot, considering a lot of people wanted him gone at the start of the season. So it remains your Eze's, your Odegaard, and your Martinelli's, possibly even Saka to an extent, because I don't think Saka's playing tomorrow. But okay, if we're sticking with the players who are currently fit, then it would be your Martinelli's, your Eze's, and I still think Madueke still got a lot to do. He had a fantastic game against Leeds United, but I still want more from him. I still want him to be doing more with the opportunities given. I still want more from his end product. Gyökeres as well. I think he's on the right track.
Yeah, Semenyo.
See, you won it up.
Yeah.
What time was kickoff?
7:30.
7:30.
What channel was that on?
TNT 3, 4.
I'm gonna get it on TNT. But yeah, so yeah, I think like possibly our right side midfield and everything in front. So so I think those guys need to have a big game. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult game tomorrow. But I just have the trust in these boys, man. I have a trust in them differently. Irrespective of what's happening in this game today with City. Like City are, listen, we're not watching City. City are watching us. That's the difference. I keep saying one of the most important things that's happening right now, different to recent seasons, is there's not that game in hand business that used to be on our shoulders. You know, City play today, we play tomorrow. No game in hand. We like all games equal.
Yep. But you're not worried about if it goes 3 points. You don't feel the pressure. Well, as a fan, like
we've had it lower. It's been 2 points at one stage, isn't it?
Like he's mentioned that he's right. It was 2 points at one stage, and we pulled it to 6. So yeah, he's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we have a better goal difference, which to me counts as a point. You know, if it really comes down to it, do you know what I'm saying? So all of these stuff ain't fluke. City are now trying to get their shit together, but I feel City are crumbling under the pressure that Arsenal have created, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, here we go, strict over his deludedness again." But at the end of the day, we've seen it. People have made excuses for City all season. Oh, it hasn't been the same City, but no one's considered. Is it possibly because it hasn't been the same Arsenal? We're piling on some pressure, and every time they've got a chance to close the gap, the pressure's too much.
Yeah, agreed. It could be a different Arsenal. It's looking like it. I mean, the pressure. Well, they always say, you know, City go on these runs in the back end of the season. You might see, I see the numbers are climbing for this live right now that they've scored. But like I said, I'm not really too focused on City right now. Is what you need to be focused on is Arsenal Football Club, and that's what we are looking at. As long as we do our business, we win this league. If we continue to do our business, keep winning games, that's it. That's how it should be. It's how it is. I'm not looking over my shoulder right now, even if it is 3 points. People are saying in the chat it's 3 points now. Yeah, but we have a game tomorrow. Until that game's played tomorrow, it literally could be within 24 hours back to 6 points, and then there's still a very healthy gap.
That's what I didn't quite understand going into that game, because when they played Liverpool, it was 9 points until City played, right?
Yeah.
But before a ball was kicked, it was 6 points. Before either of us kicked the ball, it was 6 points. They beat Liverpool, and all of a sudden, social media, Arsenal watcher, it was 6 points.
I know. It was already 6 points before. I know, bro. I know.
Like 2 weeks before that, it was 4 points.
I know.
Like, it blows my mind, and I think there's a lot of rival fans trying to cope with hoping that Arsenal don't win it. But
they don't want the fans to enjoy. They don't want us to win. They don't want us to win the league. Basically,
let them enjoy. That's what I'm saying. You lot enjoy what you're enjoying now. Enjoying the fact that it's not May yet, and enjoy the fact that, you know, anything possibly could. And keep enjoying it. Keep tagging me, keep trolling me, but God flipping help you if Arsenal win the league. All of you.
Yeah, I hear it. And do you know what? It's not just strict to say. I think a lot of people that are in the space and doing content are saying, no, we're just be prepared. Like, and I think everyone needs to understand that we are going to enjoy it. If it gets to that, listen, nothing's won yet, but just know if it does, for rival fans, be prepared. I know you're in the chat right now. Marty, Stricto, we're actually almost at 8 p.m., but I want to get your score predictions, please. So for tomorrow's game, Marty, starting with you. Score prediction and, yeah, how you think this game's going to play out? Will it be a comfortable win, or is it going to? How do you think it's going to go?
Do you know what? I think it'll be 3-1. It'll be one of two ways. It will either be I think a tough, tight game, which could end up being 1-0. That strangulation, how we sort of like suss them out in the first half, and then we get a goal, set piece, Owen Goale, pops up again. Or, we could go and do the business and 3-0. I don't see us losing this. I don't see us dropping points. No disrespect to Brentford. The question is like who, you were saying, so who needs to stand up and perform?
Yeah.
All of them.
Sorry, yeah, have you got to play? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, all of them. Listen, the whole team. Listen, have they done that this season? They have. But they need to continue doing it. There's not one player that I'd pick out and go, no, do you know what? I need more from you. I need more from you. They've all individually, collectively, as a team, shown up and done what they needed to do. That's why we're top of the league. We're top of the Champions League. We're in the Carabao Cup final, and we're still in the FA Cup. So we're fighting on all fronts. But they all need to consistently do it and keep doing it till the end of the season. They do that. They keep playing. If they play for the second half of this season, now they played in the first half of this season, we're going to win, mate. We're going to win some things, man. It's as simple as that. It's nailed on. The drop-off, if there's a drop-off, then that's on the manager and the players. But do I see that? No, I don't. And, all this, trying to be 6 points in front now, again, I'll be honest with you. If we were 6 points behind now, I'd still back this team because of the football that we're playing and how solid we are and what we're doing. But we ain't. We're in front, and believe you me, there's going to be plenty of twists and turns in this title race, and it's going to be like, we thought, after the weekend, City lost, and we're 9 points and all that, and let's say they got a draw tonight. It's not done, even though I can't believe Paddy Power paid out on it, Arsenal to win the league. But listen, when the bookies pay out, that is also a big sign as well.
That's true. That's also very true. Right. Well, listen, obviously City have just scored at O'Reilly, so it's 2-0 to City, but that's fine.
Oh, wow.
Mad. But yeah, just wanted to say big up you guys. So you got your score predictions. Street, did you give yours? Sorry. Did Marty? No, did you, yeah, you didn't give yours.
I'm going 3-0.
Wow.
I think this that part of the season where we're just going and just smoking teams, scoring a lot of goals. I think I agree with what Marty said, for real. I think everyone needs to show up. Everyone still needs to
so it's a fight to another level, really, isn't it? They do. I think everyone needs to Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
That goes. Yeah, the game tomorrow.
Yeah, bro, getting a ticket for this game, people that don't know, couple things. Getting a ticket for this game was tough.
It's always tough.
Tough.
There's only like 2,000 available, isn't there?
Yeah, they cut the allocation. They're doing this thing where, listen, it's not allegedly they're giving it to corporates and players, fans, and that, like they did at Bournemouth when there was the reduced tickets. Allegedly, that's happening again. Allegedly, I don't know if that's.
And allegedly, you might have one of them corporate ones because
what people don't know, is Cecil never has to worry about tickets. That's what people don't know.
I think people underestimate how this brother rolls.
Stop that.
You know what I'm saying? That's how he rolls. Like Cecil he moves like Andreas Berta when it comes to tickets.
Mate, the geezer's got Will Smith in his phone book. Do you know what I mean? This geezer's proper Hollywood. He don't mess around.
Yeah, ticket. I have to make some calls, but it's fine. Listen, it's not always going to be like that. It's not smooth sailing. I'm not going to be in the seat that I'd love to be in, but it's fine.
Yeah, we're going to be in a seat he loves to be in. He's not even talking about I'm not going to get a ticket. I might just not get to sit where I want to sit.
He goes, I might not be right on the halfway line. Might not be at the halfway line in the box, with all the full spread. He might just be like near the off centre, but he might have to sit outside, in one of them seats outside the box.
Listen, I don't have the luxury as much as you man get to go and watch Arsenal at the Emirates as much as you guys do. So that all I'm saying is when it comes to
I've been streaming this season.
Oh, fair, is it? I big up. Well, on that note, before we
Yeah.
close, please everyone go and follow Stricto Strict. He's doing amazing things. Looking like he's lost weight as well in the face. I see you and Marty both look like you've lost weight. I can see that. This is
Well,
good. I don't
running.
think they said the camera adds pounds. I see like both of you seem like you've lost weight. So big up.
Thank you.
Big up both of you.
Look at that,
Follow Stricto Strict. Follow Marty Ovens.
One. Instagram, Marty Ovens 1, and Marty AFTV TikTok.
Make sure you go and follow that.
Oh, you're a legend, mate. Thank you.
Come on, man. Go and follow. Go support the people. Thank you for both of them to join. It's been great. I feel like I'm getting a cold, which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. As long as Arsenal go and win tomorrow, I'll be able to shake off all that flu. Another little fact for you before we go. It's been raining every day in the UK since the start of 2026. How mad is that? That is very annoying. Get me to a warm country.
Raining points, mate. Raining points for Arsenal.
Listen, nothing will rain on Arsenal's parade. Let's hope we continue winning. Thank you all for joining us for this live. Thank you to Stricto. Thank you to Marty. I'll see you again soon.